Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel to the midweek update. Hope everyone's having a good trading sessions and doing well. Stocks moved sideways for most of the day. Got a late day pop there on the S&P 500, getting our second consecutive all-time high as markets continue to exhibit zero concerns or fears about pushed out Fed interest rate cuts or recent higher inflation readings and tariff trade concerns with other countries. Yeah, the SPX closed at an all-time high for the third time so far this year, which follows 57 all-time closing highs in 2024, the fifth most of any year in history. 9 of the 11 S&P sectors also finished in positive territory, despite the NYSE market breadth favoring decliners over advancers by 1.5 margin, 1.5 to 1 margin, excuse me. We also had remarks from President Donald Trump today, who was announcing more plans for tariffs, saying that he intended to impose auto tariffs and in the neighborhood of 25%. That's my best Trump impersonation, I apologize. Along with, he introduced these with similar tariffs on semiconductors and pharmaceutical imports. But yeah, the market seems to push off any tariff fears to the back burner for now. And the market rally for this year continues to be relatively broad-based, with more than 6% gains year to date for sectors like the materials, communications, energy, financials, and healthcare. And even all 11 sectors are green year to date. We got a little bit of housing data today, which came in weaker, with housing starts falling in January. And we also got an earnings report from Toll Brothers, ticker symbol TOL, who reported a top and bottom line miss for the quarter, sinking home builders in general, while we also saw transports and materials, metals declining as well. Financials continue to be the main leader, as we've seen massive gains in banks and consumer finance, while energy also got a boost from oil prices today, as well as better earnings results from Oxy, Devon, and EQT. We also got some really interesting news about defense cuts on the Pentagon. So defense names like NOC, Lockheed Martin, GD, they all fell today. Palantir also dropped about 10% off of that news, as well as a headline that the CEO sold a lot. So there's that as well. We also got our Fed minutes released today from their January meeting. So just the minutes, no Powell, but yeah, there wasn't really much on rates, but more of a wait and see approach until there's something to see, which is in line with pretty much what every single Fed member has been saying lately and what Powell has been saying as well. So no surprise there. The Fed did also discuss possibly pausing or slowing their balance sheet runoff pending resolution of the debt limit, given the potential for big swings in reserve balances. Tomorrow we have Walmart earnings that will be pretty fun to take a look at once those are posted. But all right, that's it for the news. Let's take a look here at the main charts. Like I said, S&P closed at lifetime highs here on the SPY. We are looking at the daily chart. You can see that we did hit our target of 612.39. I did take on some overnight SPY calls yesterday, and those panned out pretty nicely. And this 612.39 target stems from the ABC pattern that we have highlighted, from the swing low to the swing high to the swing low here at about 590. And that has played out pretty well. Now, if SPY wants to continue to push to the upside, there is still an overhead target of about 626. Now, the main thing that I do want to draw attention to is, yeah, maybe things aren't so go lucky as far as the momentum goes, because as prices moved higher, we can see on the oscillator that the momentum has definitely been slowing down. So that is definitely something to pay attention to. It doesn't mean that the market can't continue to go up, because we most certainly can. What is high can keep going higher, and what is low can continue to go lower. And in this case, it's definitely easier for bulls to maintain control than it is for bears to take over. And we've seen that time and time again, where no matter what, the bears just get spooked out too easily and the market just continues to pile up. But what this is showing is that there is possibly a caution light out there underneath the hood that we definitely need to continue to pay attention to. Maybe not size as heavy at this moment in time, or to continue to raise your stops, especially with all your swing positions, and do what you need to do best for your account to protect any wins that you may have. That's all I'm saying out there as far as that goes. We do have a daily squeeze. We are in a mid-bull situation in general on the SPY, so all seems to be pretty well here as we make new all-time highs. Just a little bit of that one caution light here on the momentum side. If we go over to the NASDAQ, the QQQ ETF, we did briefly hit all-time highs on the QQQ at 540.81. Same situation here. We are in a max bull with a score of 50 out of 50. So bulls have done a tremendous job at moving on ahead. I know Microsoft had a really good day today as well. We are also in a low compression squeeze here. So if we zoom in just a smidge here, we can see that low compression squeeze, where we did have a little bit of a mid-level compression squeeze. Now we're in a low compression squeeze. So what that tells us is that volatility is starting to expand. If things want to continue to push to the upside, I do have an upward target of about 547.64. Moving on to the Dow, we can see pretty much that same little pattern here. Sorry for the screen flash there. We still have that. We have that same little pattern here that we've seen, especially on the SPY. We need to crack 451.55 to break out into new lifetime highs. But yeah, we're in a high compression squeeze here. We do have a little bit of that ABC pattern that we had on the SPY as well. And if the Dow wants to break out, the initial target is going to be about 458.38 after breaking that prior all-time high at 451.55. For now, we're just in a consolidation period, waiting to see if this thing breaks up or if it breaks lower. But for now, signals look pretty good for the Dow. And like I said, there hasn't been any major news to really slow things down for the market bulls. So until the market bulls get spooked or we see a very hot and heavy profit taking, then yeah, bulls continue to rock this market. Let me go show you a few of the names that I am looking at for this rest of the week. Capital One, nice breakout today with volume breaking out into new lifetime highs at 210.10. I am looking for a continuation for this. We can go ahead and draw out our ABC pattern here as well. And that would give us a target of about 214 as well as 227. So I am looking at Capital One as a nice bullish swing, as Capital One closed at the all-time highs today. One key market that I am looking at also is Coinbase. Coinbase had a little bit of a rough day. It is in a mid compression with a neutral score. If we see here, we are kind of in the middle of this range, but we did break this low here at about 264 today. And I do like the looks of this, especially as far as the squeeze components, to push us back down to this 246. Now, last time I played coin, I pretty much got smacked in the face and it didn't work out too well. So it would be nice to get in a little bit of revenge on coin as well. So I'm going to be paying attention to that. We also had news on Nikola, who filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I do not suggest anybody or their worst enemy to get involved in this name. It's just a terrible, terrible stock to be involved with. Let's see. As far as everything else goes, yeah, the market looks pretty good. So we'll continue to let things kind of ride it out for the rest of the week. We don't have too much major economic news. We have unemployment claims tomorrow, and then Friday we finish things out with the flash manufacturing and flash services PMIs. So Friday will definitely be a data heavy day. So yeah, we'll close the week out pretty interestingly. But other than that, so far so good. Market bulls continue to hold control of the reins here, and we'll let things close out for the week. The only thing I just gotta have to say is just kind of pay attention to those warning signs with the momentum having a slight divergence there as we break out into all-time highs. So that is my only word of caution, and play accordingly. But yeah, bulls, good job. All right, that'll be it. Y'all have a good rest of your week, and I will see you all live tomorrow.